What's cracking, y'all? It's the Jake Paula producing, back with another video. So we back with another video. Now in today's video, I'm gonna be doing something special. You feel me? I'm gonna be giving y'all early Valentine's present. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be showing y'all the secrets to sound selection. I mean, there's no secrets, but I'm gonna be showing y'all the key to sound selection. I think that's gonna be the title, a little sauced up title. But so yeah, in today's video, I'm gonna just be showing y'all like certain places to go for good sounds, and how to perfect your sounds, and basically just how to make it sound better than what it is. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the time, some of the sounds that people use, it takes a lot of editing and effects to actually make it sound like what it is. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get straight into it. I'm dead ass just gonna go into Omnisphere. I'm gonna pull this. Actually, you know what? No, let me change that. So I'm gonna pull up this Omnisphere. Oh yeah, I got the new FL. You know what I'm saying? You see FL21. We lit. So I'm dead ass just gonna pull up FL keys, and I want to make this a really quick tutorial. Alright, so I'm gonna just go into FL keys. I'm gonna select a scale like G, and then I'm gonna just make a melody real quick. So yeah, let's go. Alright, cool. So we got the chords down, the very simple chords, and then we got the little top melody down. So, okay. So first things first is I'm gonna just grab an Omnisphere sound. So a lot of people own Omnisphere nowadays. I don't think this is really a bad topic to go over, because for the people that do have Omnisphere, I'm gonna go over this. I'll get to the people who have no VSTs and shit like that later, but for now I'm just gonna browse Omnisphere, and I'm gonna show y'all a few folders and a few places you can look for decent sounds. So first things first, okay, I'm gonna show you guys a few folders. So the first folder I like to go to, this is just simple categories, ARP and BPM. This is always a decent place to go to if you're just looking for like ARPs and shit like that. A lot of them are pretty decent, you know what I mean? The key to finding stuff that you want is always going to be in like these little sections here, these little categories. So the category, type, mood, and genre. I like going into ARP BPM and then going here into the type and choosing BPM bells or BPM ARPs. If you really want to get specific, if you really are going for like a certain vibe, you can also go into the mood. You can choose like distant, dark. I think these are decent. Mystical. I know mystical is a pretty decent place. Like if we chose one of these sounds. Just a general place for really decent sounds. Obviously not every sound in this folder is going to be good. Like there's going to be a few really shitty sounds. So when you're browsing through folders, be prepared to actually have to browse, because you're not just going to find a sound, or you might, but it's it's pretty rare that you're going to find a sound in 5 seconds that you're going to want to use. You're probably going to have to go through like 1 or 2 sounds, or at the least, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's always a ton of sounds in here. I mean, you can go, you can choose whatever. There's multiple sections here, so you know what I mean. This is cool. Like this is a pretty decent sound. You know what I mean. So that's for that. And then obviously there's more. So what I like to do is I also like to go to Retroland. I go to the Retroland here. I go to the genre, and then I go to ambient. Ambient is probably one of my favorite places to go to, and Retroland. I haven't been here in a minute. There's a lot of really nice sounds here. I do say this probably takes a little bit more looking and searching around, but there's definitely some hidden gems in here, or whatever you'd want to call them. like Dolby's guitar at. This one's pretty nice, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's basically it. Like I said, I mean, obviously in Omnisphere, you know, you're definitely gonna have to search around a little bit. It's not gonna be like, you know, as soon as you open it up, you're gonna find something. I mean, you might, but you know, there's a pretty decent chance that you're gonna have to, you know, look around a little bit. But yeah, those are a few folders that are decent. Obviously, you know, they're all like labeled. So if you're looking for a synth, if you're looking for a synth bass, go to synth bass. If you're looking for like a synth lead, go like to synth long or synth, you know, mono. If you're looking for like a pluck, go to pluck. You know what I mean? Whatever you're looking for. If you want to look for like an ambient bell, literally just look up ambient bell, and ambient bell will come up. These are all like labeled, you know what I mean? Now obviously, there's also like Omnisphere banks, like preset banks. Little plug. And obviously, if you really want that sauce, you can call my Ora Omnistash Volume 1. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, if you want to be a G and, you know, get these sounds right off the get-go, you know what I mean? You can call my Omnistash, because I got to throw this in there. You know, it's culture. You know, this is 100% a decent place to start with. So I recommend it. You know what I mean? It's got plucks, synths, pads, leads, keys, bells, arps, bass. You know what I mean? It's got really everything that you need for like a starter kit, in my opinion. All right, so moving on from Omnisphere. I don't mean to like plug anything too much, but obviously there's also one-shot kits. Now these are all a decent list of one-shot kits. Me and Scorpio actually just dropped the one-shot kit a while ago. It's got I think about like 170 sounds. I feel like a lot of people really tend to focus on the bells and the keys, so that's where me and him kind of put most of the sounds. So if you're looking for like accents and shit like that, there's a few, you know what I mean, but there's nothing like really like, you know, for pads and like effects and shit like that. There's not that much of that. There's obviously a few of these, but there's, you know, all of it is really mainly focused on the bells and keys. That's where we kind of went crazy. So all of our kits are on newera.link. You could also cop my volume 2. It's actually like a one-shot kit / drum kit, but obviously there's a ton of free ones. There's a lot of free one-shot kits that I've actually gotten. Like literally half, probably like 80% of this list is just free one-shot kits. You can literally just look up, you know, r/drum kits on Reddit and look up free one-shot kits. You know what I mean? Not like stealing one-shot kits, but like people, you know, kits that people just put up for free that, you know, they want to give you. So now for editing your sounds. So I'm gonna just choose a sound real quick. So I'm gonna go with the sound in my kit. So I actually have like a preset just loaded up. It's a very simple melody preset. Now for melodies, I always recommend always EQing out your lows. That's just 100. Like you gotta always make sure that you do that. And then obviously I like to add some reverb. I actually like drenching my sounds in reverb quite a lot, because reverb will basically kind of widen your sound. It'll make it sound a lot more ambient. It's never a bad idea to throw in some delay. There's a few plugins that you can use, like Magic Switch. Shout out Ergo. This is kind of like a chorus effect. So it's really good for like happy melodies and shit like that, as you can see, with and without. There's obviously RC20. I only tend to use RC20 when I'm like using like dark sounds, or if I'm going for like a dark melody, or if I'm trying to like detune something. I never really found like the space and the magnetic and shit like that to really like do much for your melodies, that, you know, just a reverb can't do, or an EQ. But it's definitely a good plugin to have. So if you do want to add stuff to your melodies, I always recommend this. A few good presets are Sad Piano, Pad Magic, No More Boring Pads, Depth for Plucks, and Flutter Vibe. Flutter Vibe is pretty cool if you want to like, you know, do some cool shit with your melody. Obviously you want to turn it down a lot, but it's a pretty cool, you know, sound. But yeah, moving on. So now for the top melody here. So I'm gonna pull up my Omnistash. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, you know, you can do whatever sounds good to you. This might sound trash to somebody, you know what I mean? But to me, this sounds pretty nice. So obviously, it would take a lot more editing. I mean, when I make loops, I do a lot more with the sounds. So I'd probably change this sound up a little bit. You know what I mean? Probably go for like a flute or some kind of synth. If you want to go for a synth, actually, I feel like a synth would kind of fit this a little bit more. We could put like this synth on here, the siren. Yeah, man, that's basically it. I feel like I had a little bit of a hard time kind of explaining this because, to be honest, you know, sound selection is really all by ear. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know, you might think that shit's hard. Somebody else might think that shit's trash. So basically, to summarize, for people who don't have money for VSTs or just don't have VSTs, don't want to buy them, r/drum kits on Reddit. There's a lot of nice drum kits, or one-shot kits on there that you can literally just, you know, go into r/drum kits and search free one-shot kits. There's a lot in there. You don't even have to pirate them. People, you know, are just generous enough to drop in their own one-shot kits for free. You know what I mean? For people who have Omnisphere, I recommend going to the art BPM folder and choosing like a genre or a type. You can do like BPM bells, BPM arps, BPM pads, whatever you actually, you know, are looking for. Just go into there. You can, you know, browse, and you can probably find something you really like. If you really want to, you know, only find the good sounds, if you don't really feel like searching around in Omnisphere, or maybe you just can't find something, you're just dry, you just can't find shit, obviously preset banks are a decent way to go. Not even just promoting, but obviously there's mine. There's a ton of other preset banks on the web. There's probably a lot of free Omnisphere banks that you can find. But yeah, if you don't really feel like, you know, searching around Omnisphere, preset banks are always a decent way to go. So you can just skip all the waiting and just load them up, and you know, you'll find something pretty fast. Obviously, there's also stock plugins. There's, you know, Flex, which is a really it's a pretty good fucking plugin for like happy sounds and like virtual shit. So 100% browse through there. There's FL Keys if you want like a piano and shit. Boo Bass for, you know, a bass. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But like, yeah, man, that's basically it. Sorry if it took me a while to explain that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the New Era channel. Follow me on Instagram at ProdByOra. Follow New Era on Instagram at OneNewEra. All our kits are on newera.link. Maze just dropped this cactus drum kit. I dropped my Omnisphere kit, obviously. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.